Guys, this is Dennis here with my review of Monday Night RAW that just went off for September 29th, 2014. And this is going to be a lot to cover because 3 hours, you got a lot of stuff to cover. So, let's get started. We opened the show with the Authority coming out. And basically, Stephanie McMahon slams the Chicago crowd because we all know who lives in Chicago and quit earlier this year. Not gonna name no names, but we all know. Then Triple H talks about Dean Ambrose and how he stole the Money in the Bank briefcase, which is the Authorities. So he's in possession of stolen property, yada yada. Then Rollins comes out, and then Paul Heyman comes out and confronts Rollins about attempting to cash in on Brock Lesnar. But anyway, he said next time you won't be talking to Paul Heyman, you'll be talking to Brock Lesnar himself. Then Rollins calls out Ambrose, and Ambrose shows up on the Titantron. And he says, come get him. Then Rollins goes after him, but before he could even get backstage, Cena interrupts and attacks him, and Rollins runs away to end the first segment. Pretty much the good first segment sets up the rest of the show. Then we had Triple H backstage with Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury and tell them to get Ambrose. Basically, the whole first hour of the show was hunting Dean Ambrose, is how you could call it. Then we had a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, which featured Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, and Cesaro. It was a pretty good match. I liked the spot where Cesaro was trying to somerset flip The Miz into the ring, and Ziggler picked up and slammed Cesaro, and basically Cesaro went in Miz's, that area. That's my favorite spot of the match, but Ziggler retains, so for the first week in a long time, I can't complain about WWE Hot Potato in the championships. Then, this to me was one of the most interesting part of the shows. We had two of these promos actually, but Bray Wyatt was basically had a promo. And it looks like Luke Harper is going to get a singles run eventually. Pretty soon. From the looks of these promos. They're pretty cool. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a singles run for Luke Harper. Because to me, besides Bray Wyatt, he's the second best part of the Wyatt family. No disrespect to Eric Rowan because he's good too, but Then we had The Miz and Damien Mizdow backstage talking to Triple H about how he didn't get his one-on-one championship rematch with Ziggler. And Triple H sets up Mizdow versus Sheamus for later. It trashes The Miz's movie career, even though Triple H shouldn't be talking because we all know how the chaperone went. No offense, Triple H. But anyway, we had Layla defeat Rosa, which basically had to tie in with Total Divas, which I don't watch. Because what man watches Total Divas? Come on now, football's on Sunday night? Shame on you if you do. Anyway, then we had Dean Ambrose come out and basically was having a clearance sale of all kinds of things. It was throwing t-shirts into the crowd. So he was being the human t-shirt cannon shooter. I liked this segment too, it was pretty funny. Then Seth Rollins comes out for his briefcase and he gets it. And it shoots out slime. Throwback to Nickelodeon days. But this was probably my second or third favorite segment of the show. And my favorite quote of it came from Dean Ambrose when Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble came out. He said, "Oh look, they sent this cruiserweight division to get me." Then again, we had the Authority backstage and they set up Ambrose and Cena versus Kane and Orton. And basically the two matches from last week mixed into one. Then we had Bo Dallas defeat Mark Henry. It seems like every time you lose to Rusev, you're going to face Bo Dallas. I don't know what they have going on there, but honestly, I think Bo Dallas should face Rusev if he's so up and at it. But Mark Henry destroyed Rusev backstage after when he was being interviewed. And he said, "That's what I do." Man, I love that saying. But anyway, I think we're slowly going to get a Mark Henry heel turn, which I definitely not opposed to. Because Mark Henry as a heel was a beast. Then we have the Dust Brothers promo, and I had no idea what they were talking about, and I'm not even going to try to interpret. Then we had Brie Bella versus Cameron and Eve, which was set up by Nikki Bella, since Stephanie gave her permission to announce this match. And Brie Bella wins. Nothing much to see here. It's just continuing the stupid Bella twins feud, which I don't care about at all. Then we had Slater Gator and Mini Gator, aka Hornswoggle, beat the Matadores and El Torito. And after the match, we had the freaking bunny. The bunny, man. I'm not even gonna try to say anything about this bunny. Then we have Lana comes out, but before she could say much, Big Show interrupts, shows what happened on SmackDown last week. And then Big Show comes out to ring for a fight. Rusev runs, and Big Show tears down the Russian flag. I don't know how Russians are gonna feel about that, but looks like that will probably be a match of Hell in a Cell. Next up, we had Cena and Ambrose backstage, basically saying how they're teaming tonight, but they don't like each other, and they want Seth Rollins. Then we had Alicia Fox defeat AJ due to distraction by Paige, so that feud is continuing. Another Bray Wyatt promo, like I talked about earlier. Luke Harper getting his push. Then we had Sheamus defeat Damian Mizdow. Nothing much to say there, because this sets up the SmackDown match with Ziggler and Sheamus versus Mizdow and Miz himself. Then we had a Hulk Hogan, Susan G. Komen promo. I'm not going to get too much into that. All I'll say is I think it's good that WWE is doing that for 3 straight years. Pretty cool. We had a backstage segment with the Authority and how Kane and Orton are tired of doing Seth Rollins' work. Then Stephanie comes in and says, everybody's saying you guys are basically being pussies, blah, blah, blah. Then we had the main event where Cena and Ambrose were about to win, but Rollins comes in and attacks Ambrose. Cena and Ambrose basically attack Rollins, but they're trying to one-up each other, cost them, as Kane basically took out Ambrose. Then Rollins hit the curb stop on the briefcase and did the same to Cena to end Raw. It was a pretty good Raw. Better than last week's. That's for sure. But that's it for tonight, so see ya.